Did you know that 1 in 5 employees feel completely overwhelmed by work because they can't say no? It's true. In fact, 40% of workers report that their productivity drops because they're constantly saying yes to everything. But here's the thing, learning to set boundaries doesn't make you a jerk. In fact, it's one of the most powerful career skills you can master. In this video, you'll discover simple, proven ways to set boundaries at work that won't make you the office villain. From polite but firm no's to using body language that shows you mean business, we'll dive into strategies you can start using today. And don't worry, these tips aren't just about saying no. We'll show you how setting limits actually leads to better relationships, higher productivity, and even career advancement. Stick around, because what you're about to learn could completely change the way you approach your work and your career. Chapter 1: The Art of Saying No. Mastering the power of polite refusal. Saying no is a critical skill that many struggle with. But here's the truth, saying no doesn't make you a jerk, it makes you a leader. Studies show that 60% of professionals feel overwhelmed because they can't decline requests. Learning to say no politely is a superpower. Instead of just rejecting, reframe your response. For example, instead of "I can't help you," try, "I'd love to help, but my schedule is already full." This approach shows empathy while still protecting your time. Research by Dr. Judith Orloff shows that boundaries can actually reduce stress by 40%. And, here's a secret, saying no can help you build stronger relationships by showing respect for your own time. Practice saying no in small situations, like when a colleague asks for a coffee break during your work hour. Over time, you'll build confidence in turning down more significant requests. Don't worry, it gets easier with practice. Chapter 2: Quiet Confidence. Using nonverbal cues to set clear limits. Body language speaks louder than words, sometimes by a lot. Research suggests that 55% of communication is nonverbal. So, how do you use this to set boundaries? Posture is a great place to start. Standing tall, with shoulders back, instantly communicates confidence. If you're sitting at a desk, avoid slouching. Leaning back slightly shows you're not rushed or desperate. When speaking, maintaining eye contact can help reinforce your assertiveness. Another powerful tactic is to keep your hands visible, which makes you appear more approachable but still in control. When you use nonverbal cues, you're subconsciously telling others, "I value my time and my space." Interestingly, the more power poses you use, like standing with your hands on your hips, the more likely you are to stand your ground. According to Amy Cuddy's research at Harvard, adopting these poses can actually boost your confidence levels and improve decision-making. Simple changes to your body language can make a world of difference in setting boundaries. Chapter 3: The Power of the I Statement. Personalizing your boundaries. When you speak in terms of I, you take ownership of your boundaries, making them feel less like accusations and more like personal needs. This is the basis of the I statement technique, often used in conflict resolution. Instead of saying, "You're interrupting me again," say, "I need a few minutes to finish this task." This helps prevent others from feeling attacked. In fact, I statements have been shown to reduce workplace conflict by 33%, according to research from the University of California. These simple statements not only reduce tension but also show that your needs are important. They create a space where people understand you're not being unreasonable, you're just being clear. Remember, an I statement doesn't have to be negative. You can also use it to express appreciation. For example, "I really appreciate your help on this project," strengthens your relationship while reinforcing your boundaries. Chapter 4: Timing is everything. When to set boundaries for maximum impact. Timing matters more than we think, especially when it comes to setting boundaries. You don't want to drop a boundary bomb when someone is already stressed out. According to a 2022 Gallup study, people are less likely to accept your limits during high stress periods. The best time to set boundaries is when you're calm and in control. Schedule time for these conversations during one-on-ones or when you're not in a rush. And, don't forget to avoid initiating boundary talks right before deadlines. Stress is high, and empathy is low. Another key moment is after you've successfully completed a task or project. This is when you can have a positive, solution-oriented conversation about boundaries. If you're in a leadership role, the start of a new project or quarter is a perfect time to set boundaries with your team. In these situations, you'll set the tone for future interactions. As Warren Buffett once said, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything." Chapter 5: Dealing with Pushback. How to stand firm without creating enemies. Pushback is inevitable. People will challenge your boundaries, but that doesn't mean you have to compromise. When you face resistance, it's important to stay calm. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that staying composed during stressful situations can lower your stress by up to 40%. First, acknowledge the other person's perspective. I understand this is important to you. Then, firmly restate your boundary. For instance, I know that project needs attention, but I'm focused on my current tasks right now. It's crucial not to get defensive, even if you feel frustrated. Assertiveness without aggression is key. If someone pushes back, reinforce the value of your boundaries by explaining how it will lead to better results. This could sound like, by giving me this time to focus, I'll be able to provide a higher quality output for everyone. Finally, don't take pushback personally. In some cases, your boundary may challenge the status quo, and that's okay. Stick to your principles, and people will respect you for it over time. Chapter 6, Boundary Setting for Career Growth. Why it's your secret weapon. Setting boundaries is not just about protecting your time, it's a strategy for career growth. Research by the University of Michigan indicates that employees who assert boundaries are 40% more likely to experience job satisfaction and career progression. The key is that setting boundaries creates the mental space necessary for high-level thinking and productivity. By protecting your time, you're essentially investing in your own professional development. Consider this: when you're constantly stretched thin, you're less likely to innovate or engage in long-term strategic thinking. But when you set clear limits, you can focus on the work that truly matters. Also, leaders respect others who set boundaries because it shows self-awareness and respect for their own work. Successful professionals often credit boundary setting as a cornerstone of their career success. This is true in every industry, from tech to consulting to education. Think about how many leaders you admire. Chances are, they've mastered this skill. Your career can skyrocket when you set boundaries that protect both your time and energy. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe for more tips on boosting your career and managing work-life balance. Don't miss out on more powerful strategies for success.